we find treasure. All right. So we were brave in the wild today and found this many faces and Ram Man from the new He-Man Masters of the Universe cartoon. These guys look super fun. For many faces on the back of his package, you can see he has the human head, a monster head, and a robot head. There were actually two at the store. There was one in the package with this robot head showing that we got, and there was one that was showing the monster head. We got the robot head showing one. For Ram Mam, see on her back it shows a pull and release action. So we will have to see how that works. But I think first we want to open Manny faces, right?
Yeah, blast. Because I blasted that package.
Alright.
So let's open. I'm the opener.
There's got tape back here. Boop.
This is pretty cool. You have a tape?
I guess so.
So this goes on his fist.
And how do we change his faces?
Like this. I hate that face. I don't like it.
There's also this turny thing
here. Ooh. I like the monster.
Like his cape is cloth, which is a nice touch. Let's see the front of him. The front of him, this part is plastic.
What does that look like?
I think it's all part of his same cape.
All I can was say monster.
So to take a look at his articulation, looks like we got some wrist movement here. Nothing in the elbow, but we do got some nice shoulder rotation there. He does have this waist flicking movement that a couple of these other He-Man guys seem to have. Kind of their battle action to flick. So that's cool. On his legs here, it looks like they've opted to put kind of a swivel joint in his knees instead of a ball joint. So they kind of can move to an outward stance, which is an interesting choice. I guess so you can kind of have a fighting stance, but I feel like I'm going to come in with him with his feet turned in all the time. Let's see. Well, this hand looks like has these cool indents on them. Oh, this hand does too. So, does this fit on either hand?
If it's on one hand, if it's on either hand.
Yeah. So you can put it on either hand, which is nice. This face turning knob is pretty easy to use. Kids won't have any trouble using that. Of course, he doesn't have any articulation in his head besides that. I don't know. Does that count? It's articulation? Being able to change faces? Maybe. It's a pretty cool feature either way. Let's open Ram Mam.
And this is the only review video that we are going to have fun in. does this go on?
I think it goes on her head.
Yeah, I know. It goes on the head. But how? It just kind of fits on there. I think we can glue both of these on. They just fall off.
It's just supposed to sit. Let's see. How does this go? All right. Yeah. Just push it down. She's got good head articulation. She's also got a cool mid-waist joint. Because of these large robot legs, they do not have any articulation in her legs there, but those are cool robot parts. No articulation in her elbow, though her wrists do churn. Her hand kind of turns all the way so she could like sit on maybe a cycle. Maybe they'll make one for her when they come out. So we'll see. And then we wanted to check out her action ability. So let's see how that works. How's this work?
I didn't think she could hear, but that.
She does get into this position, but I don't understand how you're supposed to get her out of this position.
You just keep doing it.
I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, anyhow, she's pretty cool. I don't understand her action. I don't see a sideways movement like it shows on the box. She doesn't have that swivel like Trapjaw here has. She doesn't flick. She does get in this position and stay there like she's gonna ram something, but it says pull and release like she's gonna do something. Well, let's try. Maybe her hair does something. I guess this is like a no.
Just also, if you do that, if you go,
We need help.
just falls off.
It's also a little disappointing that her feet are so big, but they've got no weight to them. So she doesn't really stand that well, even without this thing. I guess you could have her in this stance, but I mean, isn't the whole point that she would stand like this? She doesn't stand like that. Alright, so Manny Faces stands pretty well. So that's good at least. Here is a moment of comparison. All the figures next to each other. Of course, as you can see, He-Man is the largest, which kind of makes sense. And then Ram-Man is right there, a little bit smaller. Many Faces is also kind of short, but is wide and muscular, so that seems to fit. Whereas Skeletor is a little taller than Many Faces, but they look good together. I think the scale fits, and they look nice all together. It looks like the weapons, both could fit in Ram-Man's hands, but because of Many Faces, the way his hands have like this little groove, neither of them fit in his hands. So I don't know why they gave him that, because he doesn't need it for his effect. It almost looks like a shield hand, like he would be holding a shield here. Alright, so it does look like Many Faces can hold Skeletor's staff. So that's kind of interesting. Alright, here's some more comparisons. This is He-Man Origins Many Faces. Next to the new one, there's both their human faces. There's his monster face.
And now this one gets it monster face.
There's his monster face. Both
This one looks like a fish.
Yeah.
But more looks like a piranha.
And then robot face.
Okay. I just missed it. Oh.
Other way. There we go.
It looks like a fix of this robot face.
This guy is taller, but this guy is a little wider. Of course, I like this guy's cape. This guy didn't have a cape. Both the face changing.
What do we do? No.
Okay.
That changed.
Now let's see. Ram Man. And here's Ram Ma'am. I guess her action feature is just a little bit. I can't do it now. She flicks. I don't know. This one didn't have an action feature, looks like. Like the OG one that had the springs in the legs. That was kind of cool. Of course, they kind of totally reimagined this, so they're totally different. But I think the spirit's the same, and I enjoy the new show. So I finally figured out her action ability here. This is it. You flick her, and she flicks just the tiniest bit up and down and sideways. It is not as much as the other figures in the flicking sideways. Compared to the show, I think Ram Mam is a pretty good comparison for the action figure. Of course, we haven't seen many faces yet, except for the little preview in episode 1 we just watched. But I'm optimistic. Of course, for durability, these guys are brought to you by Mattel, and they have never steered us wrong, so I'm going to go with 4 out of 5 on durability. The action posability, I'm a little torn on. They do have some good articulation, and I like the many faces turning, but Ram Mam, they just missed the mark on. Action feature is weak at best, and it really impedes the way that you're able to pose her. So I'm going to go with 3 out of 5 on that. And of course, at $10 each, I think for bang for your buck, that's going to be a 4 out of 5. These are pretty good figures. I wish they'd rethink the action features, but overall, a good investment. I think there's some treasure. Join us next time and see what treasure we find.